Okay, so let's get this out of the way first. I can and do say it, but I don't think YouTube likes when you say the full word, so I'm gonna call it the F-Slur throughout this video. Just know I am one, though. I'm going in the order of the Cookie Run wiki, and also I'm writing this while the most recent update is the Awakened Hollyberry one, okay? Good, let's go. So first we have Ginger Brave. He does not know what the F-Slur is. Strawberry Cookie says it online, and she can reclaim. Ninja doesn't say it, he knows what it is, he just doesn't want to. Angel Cookie only says it with Devil is around, and then they go, nobody will believe you. Muscle Cookie, I don't know, probably doesn't seem the type. Wizard doesn't say it, but thinks it constantly. He has some internalized homophobia to work through. Beat also doesn't know what it is. She might hear someone say it and repeat it, though. Devil Cookie says it constantly. Are you kidding me? Like, of course they do. The Custard Cookie the Third has never heard a slur in his life. Clover Cookie says it occasionally in private with friends. Carrot can say it, but she chooses not to. Avocado only says it if it's funny, and also she can reclaim. She is a butch trans woman. Pancake Cookie would say it without fully knowing what it means. Onion Cookie doesn't know what the F-Slur is. Gumball says it casually as like an endearment for friends. Also, he's gay, so it's fine. Blackberry chooses not to, especially around Onion. Adventure has internalized homophobia and says it occasionally, although he never says it around Blackberry or Onion. Alchemist can say it and usually uses it to insult her brother, which he thinks is very funny. Cherry Cookie would like say it once, but then her sister would be like, don't say that, and she'd stop. Night Cookie's honor wouldn't let him say it, but Princess Cookie says it all the fucking time, and he's always like, Princess, I don't think you should be saying that. They're T for T, so it's fine. Cream Ferret, I think, would actually kill themselves if they said it. Icicle and Snapdragon don't even know the concept of slurs. I'm not doing the K-pop cookies, they're real people. Tails Cookie chooses not to, and Sonic Cookie says it all the time. Sugarfly and Pavlova call each other the F-Slur endearingly, but they don't say it outside of that. Igar uses it as an insult, but she isn't like really homophobic, she just knows it's a word that people say to insult others sometimes. Wedding Cake Cookie can reclaim it, but she chooses not to. While Black Forest Cookie has been called the F-Slur before as an insult, but like recently reclaimed it and uses it, but only on herself. Black Sapphire says it all the fucking time, are you kidding me? Candy Apple says it because Blackfire and Shadow Milk say it. She's also some kind of queer, but she doesn't realize it yet, so it's fine. Oakchun doesn't. Easy. Green Tea Moose thinks it, but doesn't say it. Pudding a la Mode only says it when it's funny, and Choco Drizzle uses it as a self-identifier. Red Osmanthus says it, but not around her sister because she knows she'll lecture her about it. Golden Osmanthus cannot and will not say it and actively gets mad at people who do. Smoked Cheese can reclaim and uses it all the fucking time. Nutmeg Tiger, like, only says it when she's drunk, but she's a lesbian, so it's, like, fine. Star Coral can, but she would never. Peach Blossom has been called it insultingly, but, like, whenever someone tries to insult him with it, he always laughs and goes, like, yeah, I sure am. Cloud only says it when Mystic Flower isn't around and uses it as an insult without fully realizing what it means. Like, maybe they overheard someone calling Peach Blossom it and were like, oh, this is a word that is mean, but, like, Peach Blossom kind of just laughs it off, so it's not that bad, not knowing. Street Urchin is a butch lesbian, of course she says it. Caramel Shoe doesn't, like, initially say it, but eventually she only uses it in private with Street Urchin affectionately. Maybe, like, the first few times that she kind of, like, giggles and blushes. I'm normal about them. Butterroll can and does say it, but only when he's not working. Matcha can and would, but she hasn't learned it yet. Mercurial Knight is the he-him butch lesbian who can say it, but chooses not to. Part of the whole night thing, it doesn't really align with it. The Silver Bell is funny because he can say it, but he's too nervous to. Sometimes when he's like alone in bed, he whispers it to himself, but he always feels guilty afterward. He has some shit to work through. Rebel doesn't say it, but like he'll laugh when other people do. Creme Brulee Cookie uses it sparingly because he's still in the closet. And Linzer is a beautiful trans woman and she can say it, but she usually doesn't. Olive says it homophobically as a kid and then she transitioned and now she doesn't use it. Mozzarella Cookie flirts by calling girls the F-Slur. Yes, I would like her to do that to me. Please, ma'am, please. Fettuccine Cookie doesn't know what slurs are. Burnt Cheese can say it, but gives you dirty looks if you do. Frilled Jellyfish only says it in private with White Pearl. Peppermint has heard it, but never said it. Black Lemonade Cookie says it all the fucking time, easy. Rockstar probably has songs with the F-Slur in them as reclamation. Tarte Titan calls her friends the F-Slur playfully, and she can also reclaim. Royal Margarine is homophobic and says it as an actual slur. Queen Amon can say it, but she doesn't. Prune Juice can reclaim it, but also uses it as an insult as often as he uses it as a self-identifier. Space Donut probably has alien slurs they can say. Blueberry Pie Cookie can, but she won't. Milky Way says it so fucking often, and her boss hates it. She's like gay or something, she can reclaim. I don't think Prophet knows the F-Slur. Pinecone lives alone in the woods, and I don't think they've ever heard it before. Carol Cookie is like too nice to use it, even though she probably can. Macaron Cookie will say it when joking with friends, but like not unprompted, and she can also reclaim. Choco Wareham Brew calls licorice the F-Slur as an insult, but uses it for himself and others endearingly. I don't know if Candy Diver can physically say the F-slur. Captain Caviar is a trans man, so he can reclaim and uses it on his crew all the time. They're cool with it. I think if Cream Unicorn ever heard a slur, they'd like explode into a billion pieces immediately. Financier can and only uses it when she's off the clock. She does think it a lot though, usually about clotted cream. Crunchy Chip has internalized homophobia he needs to work through, but once he does, he'll reclaim it. Wildberry can, but doesn't. Cherry Blossom can, but avoids saying it because she doesn't want to be a bad influence on her sister. Caramel Arrow Cookie only says it if she's not working and somebody else says it first. Affogato. Yeah. T-Knight can say it, but finds it, like, dishonorable or some shit. Eclair is one, but he doesn't say it. Cocoa Cookie has heard it in passing, but has no desire to say it, but she and Mint Choco are T for T. Cotton would not. Pumpkin Pie Cookie doesn't say it, but Pom Pom does. Twizzly Gummy can reclaim, and she says it all the fucking time to be edgy. Mollisauce is, like, allowed, but not everyone in the tribe can reclaim, so she chooses not to, just to set a good example. Moonrabbit would say it, but only because she heard someone else say it. Raspberry can reclaim, but she doesn't because she finds it undignified. Parfait Cookie only says it shyly to herself, which is fine. She's a bi-trans woman. She can call herself that if she wants. Sorbet Shark only says it in their land form, so nobody knows they're actually saying it. No one has taught Squid Ink slurs yet. Lilac says it, whatever. Mango can, but doesn't. Red Velvet calls himself one, wears the title proudly. So I'm pretty sure Pastry has some internalized homophobia going on that she needs to work through. So right now she uses it as an insult, but later on that might change. Fig Cookie can reclaim it, but they say it sparingly, specifically to shock people. Strawberry Crepe wants to say it all the time, but the adults around them won't let them. Black Raisin only lets one slip when she's drunk, but she's like gay. It's fine. Almond is gay and homophobic. Hope this helps. Cream Puff would never, but Latte does tell her what it means, because Latte says it all the time when she's not working. Kumiho would say it as like a playful insult. Rye can reclaim and says it when she's bad. Espresso says it all the time about Madeline when he's not around, and Madeline doesn't fully understand what it means, but he's been called it so often that he takes it as a compliment. Licorice can and does say the F-slur. Poison Mushroom hears it a lot, but doesn't really care enough to say it themselves. Saying the F-slur has never even crossed Milk Cookie's mind. Purple Yam uses it as an insult without realizing it's homophobic. He's bi, by the way. Pomegranate tries not to, but can be goaded into it by Licorice. Like, he gets her so angry that she lets one slip. She can, though. She's like a lesbian. Like, really, really gay. Chili Pepper used to say it all the time, but now that she tags along with the kids, she stopped herself from saying it. Sparkling Cookie can say it, but he only does it in private. Dark Choco can say it, doesn't say it, and shakes his head whenever someone else says it. Herb Cookie can say it, but he doesn't. He does giggle when Sparkling says it, though. Mint Choco can and doesn't. Werewolf uses it to insult himself, but would never use it on anyone else. Tiger Lily Cookie doesn't know the word. Vampire says it all the time, mainly because it annoys Alchemist. He can reclaim though, so she can't really stop him. Snow Sugar wouldn't say it even if you asked them to. Camellia gets called the F-slur a lot, but never says it out loud. I don't think I could like emotionally handle Elder Fairy saying a slur. Crimson Coral can say it, but is too uptight to do so. Shining Glitter doesn't because of her status as a pop star. However, when she's alone with Black Lemonade, she can be convinced to let go a little. Capsaicin says it because he hears Prune Juice saying it. Stardust Cookie hasn't learned slurs yet, but he could reclaim if he knew. Sherbet doesn't say the F-slur. Oyster only says it with Captain Caviar. Clotted Cream thinks it a lot, but never says it. Taya throws that shit around proudly. Fire Spirit would say it as an insult due to internalized homophobia. Wind Archer doesn't say it. Stormbringer says it like as a taunt, but she can reclaim, so it's probably fine. Moonlight Cookie would not say slurs. So White Pearl Cookie wouldn't say it, but Black Pearl Cookie absolutely would. Frost Queen doesn't talk to enough people to bother. Sea Fairy hasn't even thought the word before. So Millennial Tree and Dark Enchantress aren't like in the game as playable yet, but they're listed here on the wiki. So Millennial Tree can reclaim but doesn't, and Dark Enchantress can reclaim and does. Dark Cacao can say it, doesn't say it. Golden Cheese can say it and does, but only among friends. Pure Vanilla can reclaim but doesn't think he can, so he doesn't say it. Hollyberry, if you get her drunk enough, she will, but she's a lesbian, so it's fine. White Lily, the part of her that wanted to say it left with Dark Enchantress. Mystic Flower does not believe in saying slurs, and no one is really sure what she means by this. Burning Spice exclusively uses it to bully Shadow Milk. So Shadow Milk Cookie is like the king of the F-slur. Literally says it all the time. Eternal Sugar doesn't say it herself, but she gets flustered when Hollyberry does. For Silent Salt, we don't have much info about them, but I think it would go against the whole silent thing to say slurs. Okay, that's my video. If you like this, I'll do oven break cookies too. Happy Pride.